we welcome everyone back to Wildemount. So we last joined our party with the battle behind them. Zakkid, Zarxius, and Rock regrouping in Brigand Tech's camp around the bound captive. They learned the prisoner's name was Shaine, an air ganassi, who had information on both the one-eared elf who abducted Andros and the location of Brigand's cache of treasures. Finding the figurine that was their mission, the group agreed to have Shaine accompany them back to Bysaes Tyl. Following a somber burial for their fallen companion, Theron, the four rode west. Along the path, they encountered a hulking Goliath surrounded by goblinkin. They lent their hand in combat, and together made short work of the foes. The Goliath identified himself as Ragnus, of clan Gafakanathi. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
All right.
I mixed through it myself, it doesn't matter.
Love it. He had been wandering alone on his own quest. His interaction with the party was initially fraught with tension, but Zakkid and Rock were cordial, inviting the hulking warrior to travel with the party. Ragnus eventually conceded that he was in need of rest and agreed to accompany the party to Bysaes Tyl. And as the party drove their horses hard back to the city as night fell, they now find themselves at the gates of the city they had left just a short day or two or so ago. With that all having been said, adventurers, what would you like to do?
So like Zakkid's gonna turn to Shaine and just say, have you been here before? Do you know this place, or is this your first time?
No, never been here. I've heard of it from travelers. I had planned on making an appearance here. I'm intrigued by it. A city run by the elves, so similar to the one I grew up in.
Well, I think one of us should at least warn you. The last time we were in town, we may have made a name for ourselves, so if you encounter any strange stares or whispers, just know there is cause.
Oh, no, they love us here. They love us here.
Well, I was going to let you four go about your business in any account. I'll be around. I'm going to do some exploring of my own. Listen, before you leave the city again, though, make sure you come find me. I'll be in one of the taverns or someplace around. I'll tell you everything I know about the people who took your friend. I don't know if it will help, but you deserve to know.
We'd very much appreciate that, thank you. We'll see you around.
Shaine just kind of looks back at you. Zakkid looks back at Zarxius, who helped her with so much there at the early stages, nodding to you all and bidding you adieu. And she kind of just walks, but almost seems like in a floating fashion, almost like her feet barely touch the ground. This air elemental descendant.
So Zakkid is gonna look at his companions. He's gonna not eye down, but turn to Ragnus as a new companion and new to the group, and he's just gonna hope he heard what I was saying to Shaine, and then is gonna just proceed to walk in. Also, could we get rid of the game pause?
Yes, sir, we can. My apologies for that.
Much. Not at all.
So, Zakkid, as you enter the darkened city, Rock close behind, the two guards nod to you on their way in. The one recognizes you there. You recognize him as Haluthyl, the young man who gave you the tour upon your first arriving in. As you enter the city, it's darkened, it's night, it's much quieter than on the daytime hustle and bustle that you had left to. A few guards out on patrol. The city is beautifully lit with just these you just see these floating kind of lights that just kind of like float in and out of the tree branches, and it's very, very beautiful. Very unique in the city here. But other than that, it's a quiet night. You just see guards patrolling. Zakkid, as you and Rock enter in, though, you do hear a bit of hubbub over by the blacksmith area of the town.
All right. I guess as I enter, can I just kind of get an idea of like the atmosphere of the populace, like to our arrival mainly? Like, you're just going to make business. Like, do other people look at us?
For sure. Go ahead and just do a general perception check there, Zakkid. So beyond the guards they don't seem to be paying you guys too much mind. They do, they do kind of have you are recognizable figures, as you said, from your actions in the past couple days. So the guards definitely know about you. These what would be a very strange sight of an Aarakocra in a traveling band of adventurers coming into this relatively secluded town. So beyond that, though, beyond like the odd stare, you don't see anything too much of interest among the general populace. Just a sleepy night in Bysaes Tyl.
All right. Kind of with no specific goal in sight. Zakkid's just gonna kind of meander around the city, just taking the night.
Okay.
What's going on, Ragnus is just going to silently, kind of unknowingly wander into this foreign land here. Not really saying anything at the moment.
Right. Zarxius just kind of wanders in there. He's just going to kind of take a rest by the tree here. He's kind of going through his bag of the things that he just got from Brigand Tech's camp there.
While Ragnus walks next to Rock leans in his bag and finds the large orcish great axe. And he looks over and he says, "Well, this was my friend's, but I think I'm going to be using it, so might make more use of it than anyone else." And gives him the orcish great axe.
Like, not knowing what to do, his hand reaches out. This is odd, stranger. I've never met someone so kind on the road and so soon. What's with the hospitality all of a sudden?
Well, I guess I can credit that to just gnomish behavior in general. I'm pretty easygoing, happy to meet new people, and just generally good-natured most of the time.
Agreed. Well, anybody who assists in battle is a friend of mine. I appreciate this great axe. Great craftsmanship.
We got it off some orcs, some orc chief guy. We killed him, took his axe, so...
Orcs. That would explain the slight imbalance on the back end of the axe. That's no matter, though. I'll make do.
That's awesome. Point of inspiration to Ragnus.
And then he just kind of just accepts the axe and, but yes, useful. Say, Rock, was it? Yeah. What is your business here in Tyl? What brings us here?
Well, so, kind of a long story. I'll sum it up as quick as I can. We came here delivering some wagons. Found there was some illegal stuff. You're the guy that kind of responsible for this illegal trading in town. We fought a bunch of people, killed a bunch of guards. They almost ran us out, but luckily we found their Prin, who's the mayor, I guess. What's his title?
The Starosta.
Starosta, okay. Luther Print, who's the Starosta, luckily he believed us. We had evidence. So we got out of that jam. And then he had a job for us to find this statue that found in that camp, and now we're here returning it, and I don't know what from there.
Sounds like good work. Well, should we go pay this print a visit?
Maybe. It might be a little late for him, though. Maybe. We'll see if he's up.
Late. All right. Well, pretty early right now, but if he must get his sleep, let him.
Yeah, Rock's gonna kind of meander over by Zakkid and whatever the heck is going on over here. Blacksmith.
Yeah, as you head over in that direction, Rock, towards Zakkid, who's kind of looking on, you notice Ithri at the blacksmith, talking to a hard scrabble individual. From the rising voices, you concur that the business being transacted does not seem to be going well. The hard scrabble individual says, "I'm asking you for a fair price for this sword. Look, it's got these funny elvish markings on the blade. Seems like it'd be right up your alley." Ithri, you see, it doesn't take, you can see he's very heated by this Zakkid and Rock there as you're looking on. "And I'm asking you, friend, where you happened upon this weapon. For the man I forged this blade for did not seem the type to give it away willingly." "Gods be damned! You forged this sword? Oh, just me bloody luck. Fine. Find someone else to buy it, I will." With that, this individual just quickly puts the sword back into his the hilt or the sheath that it was with. Starts to walk away. Gets right up to you there, Zakkid. "What are you looking at?" Storms past you.
Zakkid seeing the sword and kind of recognizing, at least by guard, this guy. He's definitely another creature in town, and just like stop him from passing.
So you put your arm out?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't hear that part there. Sorry.
No, I just said it. You got it.
Okay, so
I just want to see how it reacts.
So you put your arm out to stop him from passing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you put your arm out. He runs into it. Looks over at you. "Don't tell me we got a problem here, Birdman." And from this close to you, Zakkid, you see his face is just bloody, bruised. His garments smell like smoke from a recent fire.
So like, I better be sure. This is obviously Theron's sword, right? I'm under the assumption.
Make a I guess it'd be a investigation check. Maybe investigation or insight, your choice between the two of those. Because he's kind of like,
I'm gonna go with the favor of the dice.
oh,
What?
without a shadow of a doubt, this is the sword of Theron, and this is a man from Brigantech's bandit camp.
Yeah, so Zakkid, with his hand on this guy's chest, is gonna cast Shock.
Yes. All right, go ahead, roll for attack. Uh, 15. Oh my god. Oh, what? This thug is oh my god, I got its token. Its token is fucked up here. But I'm gonna say that's a hit. As I look up Thug 5e real quick.
That is also hilarious, like pop up when you click on it.
Yeah, it's horrible. Oh yeah, so 15 is a hit. Yeah, go ahead, roll damage there. Because it's not gonna matter in a second. as the lightning leaves your hand and enters into this partially armored man, already bruised and weakened from the fight, Zakkid, you start to see just his hair stand on end, the electricity coursing through his body as smoke starts to leave every orifice in his face. And as you finish frying this man, the smell of burnt thug lingers in the air, and he collapses onto the ground, dead as a doornail.
Almost in like slow-mo movie fashion, I want to try and grab the sword as he's falling, and his body just continue to fall.
Absolutely. We'll say with that nat 20 investigation check, you were so primed, and you instantly reach in there, swipe it with your quick little bird hand, swipe it right out of his grasp, and as he convulses on the ground, you're just holding the newly silvered and long cherished longsword of Theron, the paladin.
And again, continuing this atmospheric movement, I'm gonna walk forward and just go straight up to Ithri and kind of hand him the sword with like a really somber look on his face, and knowing he's pretty pissed off in general.
Looks at you after that scene, bows his head. He gratefully accepts the sword from you, inspects it, he looks back at you and he says, I already knew that one from the Grove, having chosen the likes of you, all of you, as traveling companions. Well, I've never known one from the Grove to have wisdom so misplaced. He was right to have selected you as companions. And this sword, it belongs in your party's possession. Use it well. Use it to fight injustice, as Theron would have. And he, just kind of bowing his head, is offering it back to you, Zakkid.
So Zakkid will kind of like honorably take the sword from him. Kind of look down, inspect it, like almost with like nostalgia. And then he's actually gonna pull out Theron's armor and inquire, perhaps you could do me one more favor to honor my friend. Could you put his initials perhaps under one of the shoulder plates, somewhere on this armor, so that he can travel with us going forward?
Consider it done. Place it on the anvil there.
Zakkid will just like gingerly put it down and showing it respect.
Ithri bows his head at you, and his assistant over here, Caladril, looks over and he says, hey, he'll probably take a minute with it. I'd say come back in an hour or so.
Take your time. And then, either with check or just inquiry to you, do I know who, like, Ithri worships? I forget if we've established that, if he had, like, a...
I don't think you guys were introduced at all, eh? Like...
I know in passing when I bought something. Yeah.
It was mostly Theron who had interacted with him, yeah.
I guess, can I look at him and his co-worker and even just this area and see if I notice any insignia to, like...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, make either an investigation or an insight check, because you're kind of trying to scan the person looking for clues, so I'll let it be either there. Right. So, I'm gonna let the artist formerly known as Theron handle this answer right here. Was Bahamut common god worshipped in the grove there, Douglas, or was there were there other deities worshipped?
Yeah, and there were definitely other deities and even like bad ones. Like I think Kieran had mentioned when he was speaking with Ifri after retrieving the artifact from that abandoned house. He had mentioned
That's
that
right.
that members of Tiamat had been found in the grove, and E3 was actually shocked to find out that they had gotten this far outdoors by Bysaes Tyl.
Right.
Right.
All right. So then, kind of, kind of taking that in, he's gonna look and just say, perhaps you could place a symbol of Bahamut to kind of protect him and take him into the astral plane.
He considers this for a moment. He is...
with payment, of course, if you need.
He laughs at that last one. No, that's not necessary, my friend. I was only considering for a moment, as Bahamut is not my patron deity. I will, of course, etch in a symbol for him, but to have it properly consecrated in the Platinum Dragon's name, it should be taken to the temple here in the city.
I will do just that. I thank you. So yeah, I'll, armor down, kind of taking this all in, and thinking on his lost companion, will continue to walk the city.
So we'll say about 20 minutes have passed or so since you guys first got to town here.
Okay, so something I was wanting to do.
Oh, what's up, Sam?
What's up, everybody? By the way? So something I was wanting to do as soon as we got into town, if there wasn't like someplace we had to go immediately, I wanted to go to Ragnus and just be like, hey, you want to get a drink real quick? I know the perfect place.
Absolutely. Never turned down ale. As long as the cup matches the size of my fist.
Oh, I'm sure she's got something for you. So I'm gonna, kind of give him the motion, like, come this way, and I'm gonna go over to the New Blood Tavern.
And I guess we'll follow.
Sounds good. So Zarxius beelines it over towards his becoming a bit of a regular here at the at the New Blood Tavern on the western side of town. And as he enters in, the familiar sight of Jerry, the lute playing monkey, on the bar. He's kind of he's a little less energy tonight than you're used to seeing Zarxius. He seems like he's kind of just leaned against the back of the tree trunk. He's just kind of haphazardly strumming a few chords. And you see Kazan, the owner here behind the bar, like, "Hey, Jerry, we've got patrons in the bar tonight, huh? How about giving them a show?"
And so Zarxius will immediately walk up to Jerry, and he already had them in his hand. He'll lay a stack of 5 gold right next to Jerry on the counter, and just look at him and say, "Cheer up, buddy." And then just walk, and then kind of slide over in front of God, I can never think of her name. Yeah. I read the name tag, Kazan.
There you go. It's awesome.
So and then I'll kind of tap on the bar for Ragnus to come sit next to me, and I'll say, "Hello again, Kazan. Do you happen to have a bigger cup? Maybe something you would normally use as a pitcher?"
Sitting down beside Zarxius.
Nice. All right. So she sees you come up to the bar there, Zarxius, and she just got a smile on her face there, and she's like, "Well, look who survived another day out in the wilds. And who's this character you've brought back with you?" And as she's doing that, she's kind of rummaging behind the bar, looking for glasses.
Sure. So I'll say, "This here is my friend Ragnus. we just came across him outside of town, and common enemies made us allies. So I'm just welcoming him into Bysaes Tyl, and I figured what better place than your lovely establishment here. And so I'm gonna pull out like a small pouch of coins, and I'm gonna set it on the bar and kind of slide it over to her, and then say, I promise you that this is enough for our drinks that we will have, and just keep whatever change there is in there for yourself. And
Can you say again there, Zarxius, how much you threw down on the table? Sorry.
I have not said yet.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But but once she opens the pouch, she will see that there's 100 gold in there.
Okay, good stuff. So just kind of like subtly place this down. Very cool. Not making a big thing about it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Kaseth nods, accepts, and she's got the 2 glasses there. She takes the bag. She shakes it. The second she picks it up, Zarxius, you just see instantly her face kind of goes from like casual to like kind of halfway serious, and she feels the weight of the gold that you stuffed in that bag. And she doesn't look inside, but she does shake it a couple more times. She looks back at you and says, "Well, it seems the wilds have been good to you fellas. And I promise you, come to the right place." And she, she's already set down the 2 mugs in front of you there. She kind of reaches behind the bar. She takes a second, pulls out a rare Zarxius. Even in your time of knowing like many different, you've been in and out of houses, you've seen some valuable looking stuff, and you can tell this is a absolutely beautifully preserved, aged old liqueur that she's pulling out here. And she's just popping. She pops the cork and pours you guys a couple nice drinks there. Puts the bottle down in front of you guys. Got nothing to worry about here.
And Zarxius will kind of just nod to her and then start taking a drink. And just real quick, Dougie, I'm gonna tell him what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna scan this room and seeing this other dude over here. I just want to know if he looks suspicious, somebody that I would, take notice of.
Yeah, for sure, man. I would say either make a, just like we were doing with Zakkid there, a insight or investigation check, your choice.
Okay.
As you check this guy here. Initially, what you notice is just this guy's kind of in the corner, quietly nursing a drink. As you take a little more time to study him, you see this guy has he's got well-worn lines on his face. Seems like just a hard-working. Your instincts and your inborn instincts tell you that this is a hard-working man here. One interesting feature about him is that he is human, and you've seen a few humans here and there throughout the hubbub of the city during the daytime, especially in the marketplaces, but it is unusual for Bysaes Tyl. So this man is a human here, nursing a drink quietly. He's not making eyes at you guys. He's just kind of staring down at his drink. Other than that, stuff to kind of tough to say why he's here beyond drinking.
Perfect.
Cool.
All right. So what you got?
Jerry's really picked up the beat with his now. He's really kind of getting into it here. All right, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, I was just saying. What was Doug gonna say?
Yeah. So Greg just grabs the beer, slams it back. The whole thing, the giant thing, just slams it back, slams it on the counter. Excellent. I'm still taken aback by this hospitality, though. I kind of just turn over to Zarxius. Where I'm from, little man, we show our thanks in combat. Say, how about we wrestle over this one?
Zarxius will kind of turn towards him, just to kind of like open up to like, show him that we are friends, like that I see him as a friend, and he'll look towards her and say, how about one more drink for my friend here, and then he'll look back towards Ragnus and say, oh, I don't wish to, compete with you for anything because you're a big son of a bitch. And I'm too pretty for that kind of thing. But I just wanted to bring you with me to let you know that I do see you as an ally, and you should not feel, threatened by my presence at all. If anything, you should feel comfortable. But I just wanted to tell you that if you so much as put a hand on Rock, I will slit that giant fucking throat of yours. And he'll just kind of staring Ragnus in the eyes, so he knows that he's serious. He'll take a drink of his drink and then kind of hold up his mug to cheers him.
Ragnus, your cup has since been refilled by Kaseth.
He's just fucking down in this one too. Still looking at Zarxius as he does it. A little grunting. A man who respects his allies is one I can trust as well. I would expect nothing less when a death threat upon harm of a friend. And he just kind of gives him a little smile, and he sits back down because when he was challenging Zarxius, it wasn't out of violence or anything. This was literally just this was Goliath hospitality here. So he kind of he was half out of his chair, excited. He's like, all right, well, the offer for combat still stands. There was no ill will about it at all. No.
Very cool.
Oh, none taken. It was just strictly from things that were said to certain people. But I appreciate you, friend, and just kind of smacks Ragnus on the back, and then and then Zarxius will just slam the rest of his drink and then slide the cup over and stand up and say, as always, thank you very much, Kaseth, and I'm sure I'll see you again. Jerry, keep up the good work.
Jerry just smiling at you as he kind of dances around the coins he put at his feet, and Kaseth nodding to you both good to see you again, Zarxius. Good to meet you. I never got your name. Ragnus. Well, you two are always welcome here.
Just gives you a little nod. Thank you. Turns around.
So yeah, I'll start walking out. As we walk by this human, does he have any reaction to us at all?
Yeah, he's looking up at you as you pass, and he is staring at the two of you. And as soon as you look his way, Zarxius, and lock eyes with him, he instantly downs his eyes, almost as if he was embarrassed at having been caught looking at you.
So Zarxius will just kind of smirk, and then just keep walking.
All right.
And yeah, I'm done. Oh, what's Rock doing
right.
here?
And Ragnus, you follow there?
He's walking to meet you.
Yeah, I will follow Zarxius.
All right, you guys head out onto the exit of the bar there into the cold. Well, it's cold. You're in the middle of Horisol here, which is January to earthen folks, and there's definitely a nip in the air as the nights probably progress to around 10:40 p.m. You do see Rock there at the entrance to the bar as you make your way out.
Perfect. So as I walk up to Rock, I'm gonna say, just the man I was looking for.
Hey, came to find you guys. I'm not sure where you were.
Oh, we just came to get some drinks. Hey, I was wanting to talk to you. Okay, trying to. I guess I'll lead him back into the bar right here.
Okay.
Just to kind of get away from this, this merchant out here, this commoner. Or
Sure.
I guess I don't know that he's a merchant, but the commoner next to that tent.
Right. Yeah. You see, you notice this person here. He's just kind of, he's in the marketplace there. He's kind of leaning against his stall, kind of haphazardly. But, at this late hour, there's not too many people going by. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Rock, will you come in with me?
I'll follow you.
Okay. So, kind of as quiet enough that only us three can hear it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna look at Rock and say, do you think that we do we need to turn this statue over to these people? Like, do you feel like that's a good move?
Whew. Well, I don't know. There was obviously some competition for it, right, between these people. And this guy got us out of the jam, I mean, but. So you're saying we take it and run?
Well, or just tell them we didn't find it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who to trust here.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to trust him because like you said, he did get us out of a jam, and he. I have no reason to not trust him. Andros didn't give us any reason not to.
Right.
But I'm having a hard time figuring out who to trust besides our party here. And sometimes the bird even makes me question that. But but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the move is. I'll support whatever the party wants to do. Just strictly asking questions.
Well, I don't know.
But I feel a recent inclination to take the lead on anything that might need a little bit of underhanded storytelling. I would be willing to do such.
Gotcha. I'm good with either too. I mean, this thing is cool. I don't think it's ultra powerful. I don't know, these people.
Yeah,
these people must have some real connection with it that they want it so badly. But
maybe since it's a bird, we'll let the bird decide.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So, unless you would like a drink, Rock, I guess we can head back and find the feathered one.
Oh, I'm good right now. Let's go find him.
Let's do it.
Are there any anime fans here? At all?
A little bit.
I do watch
Dragon Ball
to
Z.
find depth here.
Respect the genre for sure, but like I wouldn't know references or anything like that.
Okay. So there's a thing in anime where people sneeze when other people are talking about them. Like somewhere in the
Really?
world. Like yeah, kind of like, that feeling like, oh, someone's talking about me somewhere. So in anime, then they sneeze. So Zakkid is just going to sneeze. and they're like, oh, and look around like someone's talking about him.
That's awesome.
And this guard right here, as you're walking past these two guards right here, that guard's just kind of look at you. Bless you.
Zakkid's going to walk by mildly embarrassed.
So yeah, I guess we'll just walk over that direction. Just kind of, walking, looking for Zakkid.
Before Ragnus follows, he's gonna walk back up to the attendee there. So, Zarxius' coin is still good.
Says this to the bartender there, Kaseth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you say? Is Zarxius' money still good?
Yeah, is this coin still good?
Yeah. Kaseth kind of, behind the bar, she kind of gives like an exasperated face and like kind of laughs, and it's just like, she's like, honey, the amount of money he just gave me, you guys can drink here for a very long time. And she's already filled up another glass there for you on the bar.
Add 2 more to that, please. I'm gonna take these like shots.
Yes.
She kind of laughs. She throws her head back. She's gonna put out 2 more big mugs there. And with a shot-sized glass for a Goliath, and fill them up. And she's like, I don't think I've seen this place get as rowdy as it could have been. So, you guys might be able to finally bring it there.
You haven't seen anything yet. And then just chugs back, like, go open these things back. Now he's got a little twinkle in his eyes, walking toward the exit. This is fucking amazing.
As you head out, the commoner, who's like by now just like been kind of amazed at seeing these strange individuals coming in and out of the bar, he's looking to be like, oh hi! Like, down your 3 drinks there so quickly, give you a little bit of applause, and then just almost kind of embarrassed that he did it. He just goes back to nursing his drink.
Ragnus will slightly bow on the way out, like, haha, thank you.
So as Zakkid's kind of just walking through the town, can I just like scan, to, like see if there any like buildings stand out, like if it's mostly dwellings?
Yeah, absolutely. Make just a general investigation check there, Zakkid.
This being the furthest he's traveled in town so far. Oh, damn.
Indeed. Oh man, like having that last sneeze that you just made, like you feel like you kind of like coughed some stuff in your eyes or something. You feel like you're just like your sinuses feel weird, almost like you have a headache. Completely got you distracted.
Zakkid is gonna try and compose himself. Just embarrassment after embarrassment in this small town, and continue walking.
You hear behind you, Zakkid, you do hear the footsteps. Although he's normally silent, he's making no effort to hide himself here. And the familiar gait of a certain tiefling companion who has been in your general vicinity for going on 2 weeks now. And you look behind you, you see Zarxius standing there.
Yeah, well, Zakkid is just going to be looking dumbfounded.
He's still trying to clear out this, like...
He's doing like one of those looking at the stars.
His eyes are watering as you come across him here, Zarxius. He just seems to be in just somewhat of a state.
Zarxius is just going to look at it and say, you good, dude? You, do you need some, like, allergy medicine? Like some Zyrtec or something?
Obviously, like...
Zarxius, make a medicine check. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Zakkid.
Well, obviously, like, after, like, wiping his nose and eyes and everything, he's just gonna, like, put his hand on Zarxius' shoulder and just say, oh, I think I'm fine.
So where did our, not Ragnus, but our other newfound compatriot, where did she go?
I've yet to see her. I've made it a little further into town than I've known before, so I'm a little lost. But
yeah,
I haven't seen any familiar faces.
Rock and Ragnus are still at the tavern, I believe. Yeah, let's take a look around, see what we can get into. I mean, see what we can see.
Yeah. Zakkid continues his kind of blank stared walk through town.
So regaining his composure now, Zakkid has now been able to kind of shake the dew off. And as you're traveling under there, as you guys are kind of traveling under these, if you want to just use your imagination there, your tokens are going under these bridges and these spires that are like suspended above you. You see there's not much action on the, like, you see the odd guard and scout up on kind of the rope bridges, but other than that, it's just a sleepy patrol. You see a few sleepy, the odd stalls open, but it's nighttime in Bysaes Tyl, and it's very quiet.
So as we're walking through, I am looking for that scout that I was hitting on after that last time we almost got killed.
Okay. Make an investigation check with a very high DC.
All right, perfect.
And just tell me every time you kind of want to keep a lookout and keep rolling these things. You roll an investigation.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The only guards you see are two in front of you, in front of Zakkid there, and they're
Okay.
both very male. Both very male.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Every time I see an unsolicited investigation check from Zarxius flash up on
Yeah.
the screen, I will know he's looking for the scout. So, like,
Yeah, that's
go ahead
right.
and just make that a thing.
All right.
Nice. That's awesome. All right. So, first of all, inspiration to Zarxius there. He is playing a
Nice.
rogue, very, very roguishly, and it's very enjoyable. Yeah. So, as you guys explore the north end of town there, Rock, Ragnus, you're still by the coming out of the tavern there. Ragnus, you're almost feeling just that slightest twinge of a glow of alcohol, but obviously, some of your massive form there. 4 or 5 drinks isn't really gonna do much of a dent, but you're feeling good. You're feeling that start of a glow of what could be a good night.
A slight twinkle in the eye.
So, as we are walking, I'm guessing that we see Shaine here.
Yeah, you see Shaine back behind a booth here, and she's kind of just like, as you pass her there, you just kind of see her leg sticking out from the behind the tent, and as you kind of round the corner there, you see that she's leaning up against the side of the stall here. She's actually just eating some food that she's purchased.
So I'm gonna smack Zakkid on the back, like it's just a hey buddy, like almost trying to like scare him. But then like not like scare him like scared, but just startle him, since he's like looking at stuff as a joke, not as maliciously,
Okay.
And
that's cool. I also want to make you have to do a check there, to see how startled Zakkid gets. So yeah, do a performance check, Zarxius.
Sweet.
Five. Yeah.
So can I actually respond?
Please do.
So it being
You gotta
like an
roll.
obviously
You get a contested roll.
Yeah,
I will
all right,
happily.
sure. Make a perception check. To see if you heard him coming.
He catches my hand in midair.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yep.
So being like not like overly scared, but like definitely like a little like shoulder jump. As a knee jerk, my wings are just gonna fly out to the side and kind of slap him in the face.
That's sweet. That's sweet.
That's awesome. It's like almost like a terrifying thing as a
Yeah,
scared bird just like fully exposes his wings and like starts just like ugh.
So Zarxius spits out a piece of feather and says, "Hey, sorry, Shaine's right over there."
So yeah, Zakkid's gonna once again, after sneezing and kind of just losing himself in the town, is gonna like try and recollect himself one more time and step forward and just say, just been like, so you were saying you might be able to tell us a little bit more about who abducted my friend. Would this be a good time, or?
She's like, just kind of like, she's eating some like kind of cool like elvish fruit that you've never seen before, but he's just kind of like is like finishing off like a couple bites there. She nods, like, good a time as any, I suppose. Not here though. It's rather in public. Do you have a spot you guys have been staying in the city, or shall we go to the tea house or the tavern?
The tavern is a very friendly place. We could definitely go there and talk.
She nods and just like, I'll follow you then.
So what are these commoners right here? Are they like workers at this booth?
They are, yeah. You see the same, Zarxius, as you look over, you see the same exact thing that she's eating. She didn't go far after obviously purchasing her meal here to eat it.
Okay. What is this fruit here? And I'll ask Shaine.
She's like, she kind of looks like uncommittally, like, you'd have to ask the people selling it. It looked tasty. It was.
Zarxius will say, "Sounds great. I'll take 5 of these fruits right here."
Okay. The lady elf
Scratch that.
there.
Make it 6.
Lady elf there adds a sixth to the little sack there that's containing the fruit. Hands it over. That'll be 6 copper.
Done.
Hell yeah.
She
Need to
says
be
that
a
you're not.
shady on the road elf fruit dealer.
Nice. All right, so
So,
Zarxius, seeing these fruit there, it's a nice. You kind of have to peel the rind of these things, but it's like it's like kind of like an orange, got orangey green outside. The inside of the fruit seems to be kind of like a reddish. Looks tasty, smells decent.
All right, so I'm just gonna pocket them for now.
Sure.
All 6 of them.
All right, marking that down. 6 elvish fruit.
Cool. And
For Zarxius.
then we'll start walking over. I've never been to this part of the town, so I'm just going to assume that it's a circle or a square, and I'm just going to start walking to where I believe that the tavern is. So
You're gonna go the other way though, like the way you haven't been yet.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so kind of just generally following the outside of the wall there to your right. You kind of just keep that on the one side of you there as you circle around this around the town here. Yeah, you see as you pass around this area here in the northwestern corner, Zarxius, this building here, it does seem it's well lit. It seems like there's like some good noise going on in there, conversation. Seems like it might be a popular haunt. But other than that, the city is quiet as you move through. Just the odd trader maybe moving back and forth. Oh shit.
There it is.
There's my look for the scout.
Oh my gosh. So, all right. So Zarxius, as you're moving through the city, as you move between these houses here, as soon as you gain a vantage point, you snipe the face of a beautiful elvish lass who was wielding a bow and actually had a shot notched and lined up directly at you and your party for a good, good solid little standoff. And so, but you see her patrolling this far wall to the west here. She is standing on the palisades, kind of just going back and forth, looking outside, but unmistakable, unforgettable, this person. That's her.
Sweet. Okay, so
That's
I'm going to as we're walking. Well, I'm guessing are Zakkid and Shaine with me?
Shaine said she would follow you there. She's right in behind.
Okay. So as we're walking by this building that you were talking about here, and I catch a glimpse of her. I'm going to immediately walk down here towards her, and I'm gonna like, so she's up on the wall, right? Ryan?
She's she's
Okay.
up there. These walls they're very high. These walls here. You're probably looking 25 feet probably. These and there's just a little like palisade between. It's very natural looking, these twisted roots that kind of form the very wooden natural walls of this palisades of Bysaes Tyl.
Okay, so I'll walk over towards her, and I'll do like a little whistle, like not like a disrespectful like cat call type whistle, but just like a little whistle to get her
just to
attention.
Get her attention. She immediately head tracks around. She's down now, looking directly at you, kind of just confused.
And then I'll like give her a nod with a little. I'm not gonna wink yet. We're not gonna pull that out yet. But I'm gonna give her a little nod, a little smile, and I'm gonna hold up one of those fruit and say, "You hungry?"
The elvish scout looks at you, realizes who it is. Her initial attack readiness fades, and it's kind of more just like exasperation on her face. You see her kind of roll her eyes and go on looking back over the palisade the other way.
And so Zarxius will kind of just smile and turn around and say, "That's okay. Maybe next time." And then just walk back towards Zakkid and Shaine.
As you're walking away, Zarxius, you have the unmistakable feeling that while you're far too cool to look back to see if she was looking, you
sure.
sense that she did indeed look back at you as you were walking away.
Hell yeah! And I'll walk up to Shaine and Zakkid and say, and mainly look at Zakkid and say, "I got her right where I want her."
Zakkid is gonna look at the ground, shaking his head.
That's awesome.
So I'll look at Shaine and say, "Yeah, the tavern is right down here," and walk back.
Shaine
Zakkid
follows you as you head there.
Zakkid is just gonna continue checking out the city as he walks, following these two, kind of lagging behind, but just keeping an eye out.
Absolutely. Do you want to make another investigation check there, Zakkid?
Yeah.
Getting
All
better.
right. Pretty good, yeah. So, the building directly to your right side there, Zakkid. You see a couple patrons coming in and out. But other than that, it seems to be kind of a established crowd there. But you hear the hum of conversation going on in there. You do see the sign that says Coelis Car. And you understand that in your understanding Elvish to mean, very simply translated, tea house. As you look around the rest of the city before you, you see Shaine kind of following in Zarxius' wake there. The building she just passed appears to be another sort of shop of some sort. You see a sign out front, but it does seem to be closed for the evening. Other than that, just buildings, general housing. Again, a quiet Bysaes Tyl night.
Just as a side note, Rock is sitting by this fountain down here, just reading his books, hanging out, waiting for people.
Okay.
So, yeah, and as Zarxius comes down to go in the door, I would imagine I would see Ragnus there. And,
Call him over.
And nice. I'm gonna walk over to him. And and I'm gonna walk over to him and hand him one of the fruit. And I'm gonna look at it and say, I'm like looking at the fruit in my hand and be like, I'm not entirely sure what it is, but Shaine said it was delicious and she's still alive. So, I mean, it can't be that bad. And then,
what?
I was gonna say, do I see Rock sitting over there?
Yeah, you see the ever-patient gnome there, just quietly studying his spell book.
Okay, so I'll just holler over to him and be like, Rock, come hither, please.
Oh, come on over.
So Shaine's right behind you there. Zarxius comes into the view.
All right.
Zakkid, with his losing his friend, it being obviously quite late at night, reading this sign, he's actually going to step in the door and take a seat, I guess.
Okay, perfect. All right, so Zakkid, as you enter the Coelis Car, the tea house of Bysaes Tyl, we're just going to take a quick break here, gentlemen. So go ahead and take 5.
So I told her the tavern would be a safe place to talk. And he'll look up at Ragnus and say, "You ready for another drink, big man?"
Honestly, I haven't a fucking clue on what's going on right now, but another drink sounds good.
Perfect. And so I'll just walk back into the tavern.
All right, walking back into the tavern there. Kaseth greets you again. This man was just kind of the man you'd seen there before. He was just he had just finished putting some gold down on the table there, and he's just starting to stagger his way out. He, kind of walks past you with with a courteous nod of his head there to you, Ragnus.
Just
Before he
single-mindedly
disappears.
focus on ale. Oh.
Before he disappears out the door.
So I'll walk up to Kaseth and be like, I guess why don't you just keep the drinks coming as we're in here, and then I'll just walk over and sit down at this table.
Yeah, she comes over, fills up plenty of cups, and she's got a couple different liquors for your selection and everything. You're definitely the VIP of the bar here tonight.
Right, so just follow suit and sit down as well.
All right, you see at the doorway, Shaine kind of gingerly poke her head through, just kind of looking around, kind of suspicious, and sees Kaseth serving you, sees the monkey at the bar, kind of turns a smile on her face, and then floats over here, kind of just joins you two. I haven't been in a place like this in a very long while.
Do you have any song requests? Anything you'd like to hear? Any old tunes? The monkey's good. Even when I give him requests, he just kind of plays the same thing, but he tries. He tries really hard.
I'm not picky. I'm fine with the music as it is now.
And he'll look over at Jerry and he'll say, Jerry, play that one that I had you play last time.
Jerry it dances forward there, does a little spin, and then just goes back to immediately playing what he was the second before.
And then Zarxius will look up at him and say, perfect, Jerry.
So Shaine kind of senses you behind her there, Rox, and she actually steps forward to the side here, just kind of leans against the wall there so you can get a seat in there.
And so he'll look at Shaine and say, me and Kaseth are, I think Kaseth is fine. Like, you don't have to feel like you should mince your words around her. Jerry, I think we can trust Jerry. Honestly, I don't know that he can even convey anything to anyone if he wanted to.
The air ganassi Shaine there just kind of nods to you, a little reassured. That's good to know. She kind of looks at the size of the drinks that's been filled up there. Ragnus, you already have, for every drink that gets poured for everyone else, Ragnus gets 3 pouring right in front of him. And he's happily, yeah. So yeah, she's just kind of like seeing it all, the kind of the VIP treatment you guys are getting, and said, wow, you gentlemen certainly weren't lying when you said you made a name for yourselves in this town before.
So as Zarxius notices that we're missing someone, he's gonna like kind of slap the table and look back at Shaine and say, "Where'd the bird go? Did you see?"
Okay, we'll pause there as you say that. Let us check in with our good friend Zakkid.
Perfect.
Zakkid, are you cool with everyone seeing this?
Oh yeah.
As like a meta, or like, if we're gonna go super meta, like, you guys would not see any of this, obviously, but
Right.
You guys go in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
all right, Zakkid, you're in the scene there as you so cutting back to you as you make your way into the this lively conversation here of the tea house.
Zakkid is gonna just almost cautiously walk in.
Okay.
Being a new place, doesn't really know what he's walking into. But, he's continuing his kind of like downtrodden mood.
Okay. Yeah. As you walk in, you see the inside of the tea house, even at this late hour, is packed with patrons. There's a warm, friendly ambience filling the room as guests chat happily over mugs of steaming beverages. The aromas are a melange, some herbal, some woody, some more fruity and lively. There's crawling vines and well-tended plants in pots all around the interior of the tea house, adding a natural touch to the interior decor. There's patrons gathered at tables and on pillows around the tea house's perimeter. And standing in the middle of the tea house, in the middle of the room, is an elvish woman stirring a large cauldron atop of bubbling water. And she's just kind of scooping ladles and pouring them over various like tea infusions into these cups she's got lined up on her preparation table there.
Not being like one too familiar with the tea house, but has traveled into a few taverns, so thinking that that's kind of the norm, is gonna like walk in and kind of wave and like give a quiet hello to the person behind the bar, and then like go and sit in the corner.
She's gonna nod to you, and she's gonna be like, "Welcome, a new patron." Her voice has this merry, very melodic quality to it. "Please, yes, make yourself comfortable. I'll be by in a moment to take your order."
All right, I'll just put up my talon, just like a nod, and then kind of scan the room, see if like there's any interesting characters.
Yeah,
kind of
make an investigation check there.
Don't be a crit. Well, depending on what end the crit that is. Oh my god. Oh, I knew
What's
it.
going on?
And the moment Zarxius mentions where is Zakkid in the tavern, Zakkid sneezes. And again is overcome with just a temporary eyes-watering, temporary blindness, and for a moment he's disoriented there. The woman behind the bar, she was coming over, and she kind of sees you do this. She kind of rushes over a little more quickly now, and it's kind of just like, "Oh, sweetie, are you okay?" And just kind of cradles your head there, and it's like, "Here, shh, easy." And she puts a cup down in front of you and says, she begins to pour the teapot that she was holding, and says, "Here, drink this. Promise it'll make you right as rain."
Zakkid will carefully take it, like making sure it's not too hot, but then taking a big gulp. Oddly trusting this lady.
Okay, as you do, Zakkid, as you ingest the liquid, you feel a warm glow inside. You feel immediately refreshed. Your eyesight completely restored. Now actually able to take in this woman standing over you. Black hair, beautiful features, almost vaguely familiar in a way. Almost you've seen her before. It's a strange feeling, but and simple, almost herbalist style clothes. She's got a pouch on her side there. Simple leather bound clothes.
Zakkid will just kind of like, take it in, look up, and say thank you. It's been a rough night.
I can imagine. Well, I am Amandra Gladwin, master herbalist and proprietor here at the Coelus Car, tea house in the common tongue, of course. Where have you come from, new friend?
So as well, while I'm here, I have a proficiency with a herbalist kit. I'm wondering if I can do like whatever type of check to like see what type of like herbs and teas are around, like anything like that.
Hell yeah. Make a nature check.
Oh god.
All right. Yeah. You see, looking around, even just getting a sense of what people are kind of eating on the tables, like what the smell. You've kind of had some time to analyze some of the smells here. And yeah, you get the sense that some of the ingredients here seem to be kind of like of local things that you've seen out and about in the woods, things you've seen on the trails. You see the familiar red berries, for example, there on one of the on her table that you've seen in your travels, and just getting a sense of what Amandra had poured you of the tea itself that you were just as you smell and have another sip there. You're pretty sure you can identify where that's where this black tea here. Where it could be found. Yeah, you get a sense that Amandra here is she's a wealth of knowledge on these things.
Good to know. So I'm just gonna look at her and say, how's your night been here? Any interesting folk come through?
Mostly regulars, the odd passerby. You're certainly the first Herakoker I've seen in some time. I'm happy to make your acquaintance, though, Mr.
My name's Zakkid, the chosen one of the Winged Mother.
Winged Mother? Adriphania?
Kind of like, very caught off guard. His eyes are gonna widen and just say, "Oh, you know of my patron."
Yes, but you must be careful of what gods you speak of in Bysaes Tyl. You know as well as I do that there are only 8 approved gods under the Empire's laws. We don't dare speak the names of our ancient and most revered gods here. Only in private.
Almost whispering, just kind of cheekily.
Mm-hmm.
The key is gonna look at her and put up one finger, just like, there's only one approved god.
Manager's just gonna nod at that. She's not gonna put up a fight with that.
So Zakkid is just gonna continue sipping his tea, and thank her once again.
Okay, she's gonna say to you, Zakkid, very, very good. Well, see, you've recovered there, and I gave you a complimentary serving on the house there of one of our most popular brews. But we have many fine concoctions, remedies available for sale. I also own, next to the Colalus car, I own the town herbalist shop. I employ a young friend there who runs that during the day. Feel free to stop in. But if my menu here is, of course, open to you. And she is going to just kind of hand over to you, Zakkid, a menu of Did you get that there?
I did.
Okay. Sorry,
okay.
players who are not in the tea house. Got to make it somewhat realistic.
Yeah, that's all good.
So he's gonna look over this menu. He's gonna order. I'm gonna buy. Can I just click these?
Yeah. You just request to buy them.
How do I do so? I think my store might be different. I might have your store, Ryan.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I'll tell you.
Yeah, just tell me. Yeah, tell me what you want to buy.
So I'm gonna get a potion of greater healing.
Okay.
I'm going to buy the book that she has. Yeah, I'm gonna buy the kettle.
Okay.
As well. And then
all that happen.
Oh,
so book,
you're
kettle.
sending it to the video one.
Oh shit. Okay. We should be able to move that over, right?
Yeah. Just as a,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
a general note.
Okay.
And then I'll buy, I'll just say like buy 5 of the regular black teas.
Okay. 5 regular black teas. Okay, awesome.
And just 1 salt. Actually, 5 salts.
5 salt as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
All right.
We'll get those into your sheet there.
So you're just gonna put in this order,
awesome.
this long order.
Yeah. So he's gonna place this order there, and she's gonna look very impressed. And she's like, and especially at your request for both the book and the teapot there. She said, "My, I haven't had a purchaser of discerning taste in here in some time. Let me show you these items." So the tea is easily brought over, and the 5 salt as well. You want to go ahead and add those to your inventory, Zakkid?
I think you might need to.
Okay,
you can just make note of it. You don't have to do it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna write her down right now. Make sure that gets in your inventory. Yeah, so that was 5 black tea and 5 salt. All right, so that easily comes as she brings over this book over to you there and kind of sets it down on the table lovingly. It's a very old cover. It's it's like this thing is well worn with time, and she just kind of says to you, "Is like this is a rare find indeed. I happen to put on this from a traveler. Are you sure you're willing to pay the exorbitant price I'm asking for this?"
Zakkid looks just excited at it, and he's just like, "I may just be a fledgling, but I'm hoping to get better. I enjoy making meals for my companions on the road."
Okay, perfect. And we'll flash that on screen just for the benefit of our other players there. Zakkid purchases the Gourmand's Guide to Wildemount, a rare book. She also returns with your other unusual request there. It's a elven crafted and is shining, well polished. It's a teapot. It's a elvish looking teapot, and it's steaming slightly with it appears to be freshly, if there's fresh brewed tea in there, and Amandra sets this down next to the book that Zakkid's excitedly leafing through. Sits down next to you, and she's like, "And this, our other rare item on display. This is a magical teapot, Zakkid. I hope you'll treat it well."
Yeah, I'm just gonna look excited at it like a kid in the candy store. Don't really know much about it, but just kind of very excited.
Yeah, so she's gonna as she sets it down next to you there, she's like, "This teapot was made by Saedwin, of course. He's a powerful wizard living here in the city. Well, not as powerful as the Ring of Three, of course, but his enchantments are quite famous. The stones in our streets that keep the streets forever warm. The cold stones he created for keeping products that may spoil fresh as the day they were packed when they arrive at their destination. He's a remarkable man, though from what I've heard, quite reclusive. Teapot, of course, is one of his creations. One he was not exactly so proud of. He thinks quite highly of his work."
I'm gonna kind of inspect and look at it and read the name, just inscribed on there, and just say, I can't wait to put this to good use.
Yeah, you see the name engraved on there, Zakkid. It seems to be it's in the Elvish language, Laugkoff, and it almost seems to mean spirit vessel, almost that sort of a vibe.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay. What do I owe there? That was.
It's already been. I think we already got it.
Okay.
Already went out there. So. Yeah. So you should be good.
So I'm gonna kind of hand it onto the table and just say, why thank you. I really enjoy the tea. And just kind of start perusing the book.
And Amandra nods to you and says, "If there's anything else you need," and heads back to her work there. So Zakkid, as you are perusing through the book there, we are going to rejoin our friends in the tavern. Jerry continuing to strum the night away there. Kaeseth is keeping your drinks well filled. Zarxius, Ragnus, Shaine, and Rock are enjoying the beverages at the New Blood Tavern.
So Ragnus is he's still pounding the beers back there. He's just gonna slam one of them onto the table and look at Zarxius and be like, okay, nobody's actually told me what we're doing here. What's going on?
Did, and then Rock looks over and says, I told you. We return this statue, or maybe we're not, I don't know.
There's too much uncertainty in this plan of yours, little one.
So Zarxius will kind of just like chuckle to himself and say, no, that is separate. Shaine here was going to tell us about the one-eared elf that stole our companion. It was Ragnus. Before we met with you, we were in a scuffle, and out of what was, I guess, like a magical rift, I guess is how you would say, one-eared elf stepped out and kind of snatched up our big half-orcish friend, and took him somewhere. But Shaine was going to tell us more about this man.
Yes, fine. Do your business. I'm going to drink.
So Shaine was just kind of hanging her head as you said this, and she's, yes, I have to apologize. I probably should have told you all I knew from the start, but, well, I'd been kept in some horrific conditions for some days. I suppose I needed a moment to regain my senses. I do need to tell you about the men who took your the men who took your companion, though. I owe you this much. So, as I said, I was a wanderer. I left the city of Uthadern. I was some foolish idea in my head that perhaps I'd try to reach the far-off, distant continent of Taldori, find my fortune there. Along the way, I heard of this city, the very city we're sitting in now. Thought it might be interesting to see how the elves on this side of the continent live. I made plans to visit. Fortunately, the one-eared elf and his men found me. So, in the woods, they overwhelmed me while I was sleeping. Besides the humiliation of being hogtied and hoodwinked, I didn't have a finger laid on me. That almost scared me more. I'm used to the undisciplined criminals of my town. They beat or violate their captives. These ones didn't even speak to you. They just keep you locked in a cart, day in, day out, until you reach your new home. And all the while, they let you hear the screams of their victims. They got their hands on a nomadic elf. That's how they became aware of you. After gouging out her eyes, removing an ear, she told the one-eared elf that an unusual troop was headed north, one who had caught the eye of her clan. They called themselves the Cruel Ones. The one-eared elf and his men. The Cruel Ones, they dealt with brigand tech, and tech still has spies in Bysaes Tyl. When they learned that this troop had the son of a Dwendalian general in it, they began plotting to capture him. These are the things I overheard before I was handed off to brigand tech. She just kind of takes a moment to kind of regain herself there. These memories kind of affected her deeply.
So, as she's doing that, Zarxius will look over at Rock and say, "See, just another reason to not know who we can trust in this town. And Al, something that, or not Al, Ryan, something that me and Alan just talked about while you were gone, is this statue. And and Shane was there, and that's the reason why I'm bringing this up to you, because we talked about it, because I was like, well, nothing's really going to change, but I guess it will matter what Shane's reaction to this talk was. But we talked about Rock holding on to the statue, and basically, as far as anyone else is concerned, we didn't find it.
The group has been discussing, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right, fair enough.
And like I said, we were talking in front of Shane. So would Shane have had any reaction, visible reaction or audible reaction to that? Okay,
interesting. You get the sense that Shane is, for lack of a better word, Zarxius, cool. You know that you've heard her a few words of thieves' cant that you've heard her do. You know she's run in circles before where you know it's not wise to run your mouth and that sort of thing. So she's maybe that's part of the reason you all felt very comfortable discussing these kind of plans openly, because you definitely get a good sense of trust off her.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure, since we did that while you were gone, it's
definitely good to check in on what the NPCs are saying.
yeah, for sure. Okay, awesome. So then I'll look at Rock and say, Rock and Ragnus, and Shane too, and say, maybe we should retire for the night. It's getting pretty late. So then I guess we have a meeting in the morning to go to.
Shane's just gonna just before you, as you guys make these plans here, she just says, "Wait, I know you've had a long night, and I don't blame you for wanting to get off to bed, but at least let me tell you who you're dealing with, these cruel ones." And she begins to just kind of rapid fire. She's just spinning out what she knows now. Listen, they call themselves the cruel ones. They're quite proud of the title. There's Spilgore. He's the ogre. And I'm just going to write these in the chat there for you guys too.
Oh, perfect.
And I will update your journals and all that accordingly. There's Spilgore. He's the owner. Fuck. My case is say ogre. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it again. He's the ogre. They keep him well fed and turn his anger on their enemies. The man in the plate metal is named Calaxus. I've never heard his voice. I'm not even sure what lies under that dread armor. There's 2 powerful spellcasters, Morthal and Ulissa, a dark elf, both of whom delight in inflicting pain on their victims with all sorts of magic. And their leader, the one-eared elf, fond of performing the same ear removal ritual that was done unto him. No remorse, no pity. I shudder remembering his voice, to be honest. Now, the cruel ones made their fame by mastering routes between Shady Creek Run and the west via the Dunrock Mountains. They learned to stay away from the major roads of civilization, and in the process they managed to traffic an ungodly number of victims and make a fortune in the process. Brigantech, the man you scared off, he was a promising ally to them, but obviously he wasn't strong enough. That's why I fear for your friend, the one who was captured. While his father will surely pay a fortune to see him set free, I worry One Ear might try to use him to bolster his own ranks. He did the same to all his party, turning them into unquestioning followers. If he breaks your friend's mind and earns his loyalty, the cruel ones will have another weapon at their disposal. Takes a moment to kind of just see how you guys are taking all the information in.
Ragnus looking over at Zarxius. Is Andros she speaks of? Is he truly that great?
He was that great. He is that great. I will say he got us out of a couple pickles. Got us into a couple pickles, but got us out of them safely.
Slamming the beer on the table. Well, it's settled then. We're going to get Andros. I must fight this man.
Well, if when we go to get Andros, it sounds like that will certainly happen. But we have other things. We have other things to take care of first.
More important than this?
Do what?
Other things to take care of are more important. There's a fight to be had.
I won't say they're more important, but it's things we can check off our list before we run back out into the wild.
We're the cautious type, are we?
I wouldn't say that.
All right.
So by this point, Ragnus, you're starting to feel the drink now, and you're probably a good 12, maybe 14 drinks in, and even as your massive Goliath form, you're starting to feel a bit of it.
Teetering, kind of stumbles, falls off chair. Oh, Jesus!
So Shane's gonna just gonna collect herself here, gonna shake off what he's just handed you. Listen, I don't know if what I've told you tonight helps or not. It's all I overheard when they had me prisoner. It's all I can offer you. I hope you find your friend. But if there's one last piece of advice I could give you, if you're searching for the one-eared elf, he's very hard to find. But he will come find you. If you understand me, if you lay a trap of sorts, you might be able to lure him out. Otherwise, all I know is his group makes use of the secret trails to the Dunrock Mountains. I know not of anyone else who knows what trails these are, but if they were to have a secret base somewhere, my guess is that's where it would be.
Appreciate all the information you've shared. I was counting on him finding us, and I'm okay with that.
So you're a step ahead already then. That's good.
Always a step ahead.
Then perhaps your friend has a chance after all.
And Zarxius will just walk around the table and walk towards to Kaseth and kind of give her the cut this guy off look towards Ragnus, and then walk towards the door and say, "Well, friends, let's get some shut eye. We have a day ahead of us tomorrow."
Gonna shout out to you and just thanks again. Hey, listen, I don't know where you're all staying tonight, but I do have some modest but acceptable rooms in the back if you are interested.
Perfect. It's less place to take this big asshole.
Just pulling her onto the table. One more.
And I'll look at Kaseth and say, one more for the road. We'll be fine.
She kind of just hands you the last of the, you're kind of down to the dregs of this one bottle. She just hands it right off to you there, Ragnus. Kind of do your worst look on her face.
Just chugging it, 90% of it going out the side of his mouth. He's not even drinking it. Just slams the bottle. All right. I'll follow the devil.
So Kaseth is just going to kind of lead you guys outside here towards the back of the tavern. If you once you decide to follow, but this is the direction he's leaving, into these two little kind of meager structures that have just kind of been built onto the side of this. And looking inside, it's pretty cramped. You could probably fit 2 over here, maybe 4 into this one max. It would sleep with your bed rolls down and everything. But it's pretty tight in there. It's not the nicest accommodations, but it's what she can offer.
So me and Ragnus in one, and well, actually no, it'd probably have to be Ragnus and Rock in the little one, and then the other 3 in the other.
Yeah.
So So I'm going to start walking this way a little bit, and actually, I'm going to ask Rock to come with me. Like, let's go find the bird, and
Okay,
start
so
walking this way.
perfect. Just as you guys were walking off there, Zarxius and Rock and Ragnus, Shaine, just before you left, she did mention that she was going to be staying this night in the temple of the Platinum Dragon, of which she is an acolyte. So that was where she was going to find her accommodations. So she disappears into the night.
Oh, so then we can just give Ragnus his own tent, and we and the rest of us can
Yeah,
stay
so
in the
down
other.
to just 4 in your party now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then Ragnus, I'll just I'll just tell Ragnus, like, that's your tent right there. We'll be in the other one, and then I'll just tell Rock, let's go find the bird.
Let's go.
Right. So you guys kind of head off. Ragnus, are you heading to bed, or what are you up to?
No,
You gonna follow these guys?
I'll stumble along with them.
Okay, yes.
Coherently as possible.
Follows you. So it kind of waves your hand to the notion of going to bed there as Kaseth, as you pass Kaseth there, and yeah, you follow in Zarxius' wake, and you guys head in the direction of where you think you remember last seeing Zarxius, which is like the top northwest corner of the town here.
Yep. And I that is definitely the place I would check, because that's where I last saw him, was on the corner of that building there.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
I
So heading
feel
up
like
there,
everybody's-
yeah, you see this lively building. Put 2 and 2 together. Assume that's where Zakkid may be. And with that, we will bring you guys over here. And you all arrive at the entrance of the tea house. All right, so just peeking your head inside there as you get to the very entrance, Zakkid or Zarxius and Rock, you immediately see the familiar form of Zakkid in the far bottom corner of the bar. He's busily busying himself in what looks like an old book of some sort.
And so I'll kind of like I'll point down towards Zakkid and say, he's over there. He is right there. You guys want to go grab him? And kind of like, just kind of try to like scurry them off that direction. And then as like, I guess if they start, and really not even paying attention to see if they go that way, Zarxius is going to go over this way and like walk up to this table right here.
All right. As you do so, 2 elves are sitting on their cushions here, floor level. This is a nice low table there with their mugs of beverage. They're kind of just having like a little conversation, a little laugh at a little anecdote there or something. And they see you approach. They both look up, kind of expectant eyes. Yes.
And so
hello?
are these both female elves?
We got a male up here, got this Kevin Sorbo looking elf up here, and then you got this this blonde, bald chick elf here. He's kind of rocking the shave look.
Yes. Yes. Okay, that's perfect. Because I thought that was a bald chick.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So I'm gonna walk up to the table and kind of just like, try to put the charm on and say, you are talking to the bald chick, like, you are very beautiful. I just saw you in here, and I just needed to ask you a question.
She says something. She's kind of slightly amused by the prospect. She says something over to the elf across the table for you, beside you, in Elvish. Do you speak Elvish, Zarxius?
I don't think I do.
Okay.
Let me look.
So you don't understand what the brief what is briefly said there across the table, but she looks back up in the air and says, "Oh, yes. Well, I'm listening."
Did they like laugh or anything after she said something to him?
He's just kind of looking expectingly too. Just kind of, he's keeping a pretty good poker face right now.
Okay. So, and Zarxius is having some drinks in him already and everything like that. He says, I just, I don't see many beautiful bald women around, and I just needed to know, ma'am, does the carpet match the drapes?
Make a persuasion check, Zarxius.
Byseas. Whew.
Just roll with him.
She kind of clears her throat, takes a sip of her cup. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, with her just seeing her reaction there, he's gonna say, Zarxius is gonna say, "I mean, in your hut, of course."
She looks up at you and says, "You'll never find out."
And he'll say, "Touche," and turn around and just walk away towards Rock. And
okay,
the rest
you kind of hear laughter behind you as you walk away.
Perfect.
All right, you Zarxius, you get to the table there. Rock and Ragnus have taken their seats by Zakkid, whose nose is still in the book here.
Yeah, so Zakkid's just gonna look up, kind of just like shake his head like he's been like lost in this book. Yeah, he's just gonna look into the room and see his companions sitting there, and almost like lost in his own mind, just kind of like look at them, like acknowledge that they're there, and then just kind of flag down the hostess and kind of like signal from. Actually, no. Sorry, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna pull out the kettle I just bought.
Nice.
And brew some tea, hoping this doesn't upset the patron of this establishment.
Yeah, no, not at all. As you pick up the teapot there and offer it over to the companions there, and there's some fresh glasses that have been placed there by Amandra, and she comes over and notices you guys were all there. And Zakkid, you begin to like slowly one by one fill up their cups, and it's quite a unusual feeling pouring from a vessel that doesn't seem to lose any of its volume, no matter how much you pour from it.
And so, after pouring around, so without actually having to go into it, Zakkid will inquire, be like, "So, you talked to Shaine. Did you learn much?"
We learned some stuff. I don't feel as though we can talk much here, though. We were coming to get you. We just thought it was time to hit time to go to bed because we gotta go talk. Tell this. What was his name? The dude that sent us on the mission.
Uther Print.
Uther, yeah. So we have to tell Uther what we did and did not find.
Yeah. Zakkid will just kind of like nod knowingly, and then kind of follow his party, leaving like one gold piece on the table.
All right, Zarxius, just as you head out there, you look over your shoulder to your left, and you see a certain elvish scout who catches your eye.
Oh, God.
And she seems to be quietly enjoying a tea beverage here by herself, kind of nondescriptly. But you notice her eyes tracking your direction as you were heading out.
So I'll see her, and And as I'm walking over towards her, I'll pull one of those fruits out, and I'll set it on the table. I'll set it on the table in front of her, and then just kind of like wink, and I'll wink at her, and then just keep walking towards the door.
Very smooth, very smooth. All right. All right, good to know, good to know.
And
Yeah,
I'm walking out.
Yep, Zakkid will.
Well,
won't follow, but we'll make more of a direct line to the door. Just awkwardly survive, put another fruit on the table.
Yeah.
Continue walking towards
Everybody drops the fruit in front of her.
All right, so you guys find yourselves outside the tea house, having emerged in the cool night air. It's now getting about the midnight hour, very late here in the city. Still just the same familiar faces you've seen walking around.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna beeline straight to where we're sleeping.
Yep,
Gonna
I'll
go to your
follow.
rooms there, which have been
Cool.
you find that you go to your simple accommodations, but comfortable enough. It's a roof over your heads, and you guys all plan on taking a long rest for the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zakkid is going to spend an hour just like messing around, like looking through the cookbook and messing around with his teapot. And he's going to go
Okay, another hour. Okay, so that's 2 hours so far. Yeah, as you guys nestle in for the night, and you awake to sunshine and a new day dawning on Bysaes Tyl. Still much to discuss with your future plans there, but I think that might be a good place to bookmark it for the night.
Sure.
Unless you guys are all rip roaring to still keep going, but I don't want to keep anyone up on a school night and whatnot.
I would definitely keep going, but that's up to the party.
Yeah, I'm good with
I
whatever
could
the
go
party's
either.
saying.
I'm good either way. I don't know what kind of day Jess has tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd probably say call it
Yeah,
for
just-
today.